Hi, welcome back to my channel. Looks like my flash is on. I'm going to shut that off. Don't have to whisper because it's not nighttime anymore. And I'm going to talk about bullets. Bullets versus caliber versus cartridge. A lot of people are confused, especially the media and television. They get it wrong all the time, and I'm going to explain a little bit what the difference is. So here we have a cartridge, fully loaded cartridge. This is called a 7mm Ultra Mag. This is the cartridge. This is the bullet. So when people say, I need more bullets, they really mean I need more ammo, more cartridges. Now in this bullet, so a lot of people that have no clue, most people watching this will know, but a lot of people think that this is what flies through the air like a rocket. Yeah, well, obviously not. This is the only thing that goes through the air and hits somebody. And then when it does, it expands and mushrooms out and becomes something like that, or that. Now, this shows the difference in expansion and why it's not all about caliber. Caliber meaning the circumference, the diameter, I mean, of the shell, how big it is around. So, and then there's grain, which is the weight. And then the powder, of course, the powder and the amount of powder that's in the shell makes a big difference because that'll make it go faster. More velocity will you have more energy. It's all about physics. Now this is a 270. This is a bigger caliber than the 257. So this is a 270 Winchester. So basically 27 caliber, which is 2.277 inches. This is a 300 Weatherby, which is a 30 caliber, which is 0.308 inches. So really a 308 caliber, 277 caliber, 257 caliber. This is a 257 Weatherby. Going faster than all of those, and look how much that bullet expanded, even though it's smaller than these. Now this one's going a little bit slower. It's a big difference in the bullet too. This was a ballistic tip, which hunting ballistic tip, which will expand quite a bit. Now a ballistic tip that's for varmint shooting will expand really rapidly, and there should not be an exit hole. Make a little tiny hole, entrance hole. This was an AccuBond, so it stayed together pretty good. Didn't really expand that much. And then this was a partition in a 300 Weatherby. And so the partition, it has a divider in between. So there's a lead chamber in the back. Punch out with this bullet. So right about there, there's a partition. And so this part will expand rapidly, and then you'll retain all this in the back. That will keep your weight for more penetration. Okay, now these are shotgun shells. There's a 12 gauge 410. 410 is actually a caliber. I don't know why they do that, but the bigger the gauge, the smaller the round. So a 12 gauge is your standard, most common. Then the next one would be 20. Actually, I mean, there's all kinds, 16. But now this is another example of bullet versus cartridge. This is a 50 BMG. Now I can pull out that bullet. My dog is snoring here, making a bunch of noise. So that bullet alone This is a 45-70, which is considered a pretty big, slow round, but people used to hunt elephants with it. And the bullet alone in a 50 BMG is heavier than the whole cartridge. Now the bullet here would come down to about here, I guess. It's a 400 grain bullet, fairly heavy. I don't know how many grains that is. It's heavy. And anyways, so another thing that I wanted to get straight was 38 special pistol rounds. Now this is your most common 9mm, and it is actually, it's a 9mm Luger. Like, they can name them whatever they want. They could have named this a 900 Luger if they wanted to, and it'd still be a 9mm. This is a 10mm, so pistol rounds are maybe a little more. They compare they are more. What am I trying to say? More descriptive of the caliber. At least these ones are, anyways. This is a 357 mag, which is 350.357. This is 9mm. This is 10mm. Now, 38 special is also 357. 357. You can use a 38 special now in your TV shows. It really bugs me. There'll be somebody dead, and the coroner or whatever, the cop will go up to the body and say, "Oh yeah, close range with the 38 caliber bullet." Now there's very few. I mean, there's a 380, which is a 380. It's more like a concealed carry gun. Not very. It doesn't have a lot of knockdown power. It just can be concealed. It's usually a smaller gun. And what the most common pistol round has been is the 38 special, which is just a little shorter than this, and the same size bullet. So it's a 357 caliber. They never say that, ever. They say 38 caliber, which they really mean 38 special round, which they would not be able to tell. I mean, you would not be able to tell the difference by looking at a body, by saying, "Oh yeah, it's a 9mm," or that's a 38, which they really mean 357. So that really bugs me. And if you watch a show, just about every time they say, "Yeah, he was killed with 38 caliber bullet," which probably 357 is what they mean. So anyways, that's just one of the things that bugs me. I don't even know if I was in the frame there. So that's that. Just wanted to clear things up a little bit. And cartridge names can be really confusing. That's why everybody should get this book. Everybody in the world should get this book. They can read English. I don't know there's probably other languages available. Cartridges of the World. It settles all kinds of arguments. It's very informative. It actually has a good story about every round, like obsolete rounds, and it has loading data, and so it's like you can go anywhere here. Here's a 375 H&H. That's a really popular round for African hunting, and there's your loading data. It has the history, and so you can, and it has the pistol, has shotgun info, and here's obsolete stuff. The 358 Canadian Magnum. Never even heard of that. Just happened to pick that out. Looks like be a fairly good African safari or grizzly bear, polar bear round, something like that. So yeah, Cartridges of the World. There's lots of editions. This is the latest one, I think, 15th. I'm not getting anything. I'm not promoted by this book, but it's a really good book. It's actually a really interesting read. It's not just not just a descriptive book. It has, pretty good little stories about each cartridge. So there you go. This is what a bullet looks like after it kills something or goes into a ballistic gel or something like that. All these were recovered from deer or elk. And this might have came out of an elk. So there you go. That is bullets, cartridges. Oh, I was going to talk a little bit about cartridge names. Usually the person that comes up with the cartridge names them or can call them whatever they want. So I'm just going to go here. Well, 3378 Weatherby. Well, Weatherby's or Weatherby's. So 25-06. Now, it's a 25 cal, the 257 cal, and then the .6 is because the case or the brass is based from 30-06. Now, 30-06 is a 30 caliber, and I think it was invented in 1906. I think that's why it's called 30-06. And some of them are, a 250 Savage. That actually should be considered obsolete now, but 250, that's just a 25 or 257 caliber. And 250, 3000, 257. Oh yeah, the 250 3000 is because it's a 25 caliber going at 3,000 feet per second. And that explains it in there. It's a really old cartridge. It was one of the first ones to go over 3,000 feet per second. So, man, this is getting long already, man. Time goes by so fast. I'm going to stop it. And if anybody watches this, thanks. It'd be nice if I could get more than a few views, but I'm not putting a lot of effort into my videos lately, so that's to be expected. Talk to you later.